Like to start this group discussion by saying that Digital India is actually a reality which is in the making. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce you to the topic Digital India. So, Digital India was announced by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. He started with this digitalization from his election time. Okay, when the election was going on, he focused mainly on the points where he can use the digitalization aspect. On 1st of July, uh, he organized he organized a digital week in which a few of the products of Digital India were announced and launched as in the mega event.
I would like to tell that first of all, in a conference in San Jose, California, 26 September 2015, it was announced for a campaign of Digital India, and then it was launched in 1st of July 2015, and this was a campaign to power to empower the India as digitally, to provide the services electrically, and to connect all the villages to the internet services. Okay, right now services and empowered in tech. Narendra Modi.
Basically, its main motto is to connect the rural areas with the high-speed internet connectivity. So now BBNL has connected over 250,000 villages to that Digital India services. It launches different services like DigiLocker, SBM. DigiLocker is a digital store which basically store all the documents, all the people who are living in the villages. They can store their documents, they can store their Aadhaar cards, they can store their each and every document in a DigiLocker. And the second one is SBM, which is Swachh Bharat Mission. It's an app which is basically on Play Store to just promote that Swachh Bharat Abhiyan.
Just like these two, we also got a latest app that is known as Bheem app for the UPI transactions, which is focused on the centralized payment exchange within banks and interbanks, which has increased the usability of transaction between one account to other by any bank to any other bank.
So, as my friend Lalit and Vajendra said that there was three basic pillars on that this campaign was built or based. First of all, provide services electronically. That another was empowering the India in a digital manner, and third was creating the infrastructure. First of all, there is a need of infrastructure. If you do not have in proper infrastructure to provide the digital services or better internet connectivity to the villagers, then how can you go far or go long? So first of all, India tie up with United Telecom Limited, and then he provided connectivity to around 20, as my friend Gajendra said, around 2,500 villages in India. And as I want to add that Haryana was at the end, Haryana was the best. Haryana was the winner. After this campaign, he won the prize of being the best and being the digitization state of India.
By this companion, government also launches many websites like attendance.government.in or mygovernment.in. In this attendance.government.in, many people, government.
It is basically organized by Ministry of Communication and Information Technology, in which the key people are Ravi Shankar Prasad. Basically, the Digital India involves.
I would like to say that the 10% of the people of India is speaking English, and the 2% of the Indian people are rural people. So according to these parameters, the Modi ji
So as we were talking about Digital India, so just with this initiative of Digital India, we have received many services which are of great use, like Aadhaar update and Aadhaar verification. Everyone here has one or more Jio SIMs. We all know the process of registration. Before the digitalization of Aadhaar card and Aadhaar information, we had to give so much documents and so many things just for getting one SIM. Now we just have to provide them with the Aadhaar number and our fingerprint, and all the information will be with the telecom guys, and we can receive our SIM easily. So this shows that digitalization in India is actually becoming a reality, though it will take time. though it will be of great effort, it will come with a few drawbacks, but once this project is completed, for sure it will be of great help to all the people. If you talk about the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan linked with Digital India, you might also be knowing about the Railway Ministry and related digitalization attempts in Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. You just have to type in your PNR number and send it to a given number, and and the nearest station, and on the nearest station any of the officer will come and inspect the cabin or the train compartment for any such garbage or anything, and they will get it cleaned within 10 to 15 minutes of the break on that station. So you can get a rough idea how Digital India is actually prevailing our digital attempt of Prime Minister Modi.
Yes, as my friend Lalit said that this is right. All the things have been sorted out in the last previous 2 to 3 years, but they was not in used by citizens, as there was the PNR checking updates and the Aadhaar card. You can upload your documents online like Google. Then everyone knows about Google Drive, but for the rural person who do not about Google Drive, they can upload their documents online. That campaign was I think was started in from last 2 years, but no one was knowing. And you can see that denomination is also part of Digital India. Like when denomination started,
Demonetization.
sorry. Thank you for correcting me. And demonetization. As you know, madam, all of us do not pay with online or do not use online apps. But after demonetization, we have compelled to use Paytm, Freecharge, and everyone just wants to know about the applications, online payment solutions, and the companies are providing the all trainings. They are providing the trainings to shopkeepers, to a rural person who cannot use a smartphone. He can pay by his mobile and feature was launched by SBI, State Bank of India. He can pay with a keypad phone also. That was also a part of digitization and being a more mobile friendly and mobile user, and you can use all the services electronically, and which will ease your future, right? Because in future you do not know that whether you will have your credit card or debit card in yourself, and recent update has been made in that just go to the ATM and just scan the QR code by your mobile, and you do not have to put the credit card or debit card into the ATM. Then you can take out the cash. This is a recent update made by all the banks in this campaign. So yes, it is a reality, and it is going, and it is being a sustainable thing in India. But we have to wait, and the results are coming. We just have to be patient.
I agree with my friend Tejpal here. He just said the right point. Like we have to wait for the change to come. It will take time, but it will be for the betterment of our people of India only. So if we look at the points for Digital India, when it started with the Digital Week, the people who actually came for the opening of the Digital Week, some prominent names were there, like Mr. Narayan Murthy of Infosys, Mr. Mukesh Ambani of Reliance Telecom, and Mr. Adani of Adani Group. So you know that people of such cadre are interested in digitalizing India. They are helping and promoting digitalization in India. So you can get a rough idea as of the view like what Digital India will look like in the future.
I think
I
Tejas
want
wants
to add some more points. The Tejpal was saying that in rural areas, people were not getting information about that what other services are launched by the government of India. But I want to say that the government of India has launched a BPO services for 28,000 villages in India, which is basically works on adding up a service center in that particular village, in which there will be 1 or 2 persons are appointed for the peoples to give them knowledge about the certain applications, certain, like I have said before, the DigiLocker app and SBM app, they were appointed for giving them information about these apps, how to use them, and how to make good use of it.
According to me, the digital India means the high speed internet or in every area, the growth of the area, and the beyond these are digital India means beyond these missions is the main purpose growth of the total India and make every people learn them teach them about the digitalization and the internet and make every service online and this is make the India totally digital.
I want to ask one question that, as ma'am said, digital India is a myth or
Reality.
a reality. I just want to ask that making the whole India digital doesn't think like it's making the people lazy.
No, actually, if you look at the broader perspective of this, uh, being lazy and being digitalized are not at all linked. You people were lazy even before Facebook came into existence. People were lazy even before smartphone came into existence. So someone will be lazy if he or she wants to, irrespective of the technology that they are using. You can say that a person sometimes did not went to does not went go to the market just because he feels lazy. After digitalization, he can just check any app and book anything that he wants to, even if he is feeling lazy or even if he is not feeling well.
But
You can
I
get
also-
medicines as well as the daily usable items at your home, at your doorstep, at a day's notice. Just think about it, how it can affect your lifestyle, how it can affect the people of India. Don't think about the rich people, think about the people in the middle class sector and the poor people, how they will be affected, how they will be given a much better stage to get the qualities at a much bigger level.
I
I
also
would like-
include one point in this companion. This is very beneficial to the rural people who are illiterate because they don't know how to transact the money. And this by this digital India, they transact the money and they can use the money as they need.
Yeah, I would like to add something that, as my friend Lalit said, that it is right. It is not making people lazy. It is easing the life. You know, if you right now,
But if I talk about today's generation, the small children, which are very used to use this smartphones technology, they are having a lot of interest in using the smartphones and all and playing their games online or what. But they are losing the interest in playing games that are physically. I mean, they are the outdoor games like cricket, volleyball. They are losing their interest in playing that games. Don't you think that it's going to make an impact on your health or on?
It is not
Actually,
like everyone has stopped playing outside sports. It is a personal preference that everyone has. Everyone takes a liberty to play games on their mobiles. Everyone takes liberty in playing sports outside. It is their personal choice. We cannot comment on that, or we cannot say that they should play outside or they should play on mobile.
guys, let's
It is
let's
just
get back to the point,
yes.
because it is not the point to play outside. Playing a digital game or online game, that is apart from the digital India. It is for the each and every person. Children do not have a requirement to pay money for around 2,500. They want
Exactly. It is just
transaction.
the entertainment purpose of
And-
digital India.
Conclude that Digital India was the initiated by Prime Minister Modi, but after a few days it was accompanied by all of the people and all other companies in India, and now it's having a great impact on India.
I would like to conclude that the PM Modi takes the major first step towards Digital India is the Bharat Fund. In this, the aim is to provide the the aim is to provide the corporation the growing is along with the
Digital India is launched in 1 July 2015 in inclusion.
I'd like to conclude that the first initiative is taken by our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who has taken the initiative to make the whole India digital. The Digital India is basically for providing the facilities to the villagers and the person who is not getting the real time application?
In my opinion, I can conclude that digital India is a reality, and it is very beneficial for the rural peoples because they are illiterate, and this is very beneficial for them.
According to my conclusion, the Digital India mission is the very growthful and booster mission for the economical and otherwise for the India basis. The main thing is basis. Then
I conclude that the digital India is very important for the Indian people because Indian people are very जानकारी नहीं दी less knowledge.
I want to conclude that I personally feel very proud that Mr. Narendra Modi has organized such a good abhiyan, the Digital India campaign, which basically improves the life of people who are living in a rural areas by connecting them to the internet, by connecting them to the people who are living in urban areas, and basically for organizing such on a large extent that all of the India is going to be unite for that upliftment of all the peoples.
Okay, so I would like to conclude this discussion by saying that actually Digital India will be a reality. It is not a reality as of now, it is a reality in the making. It will be a reality in a few years, and it will be for the good of it will be for the good of people of India, be it people from the business class or be it people below poverty line. So I think this is a good step taken by the government. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.